Keon, first let's talk about the season you're having right now, all the opportunities you're getting. How has it been, especially the last 13 games starting?
It's just been a real eye-opener for me. I'm just trying to take advantage of the moment that I'm given. I've kind of been through the rough in my 4 years, but now that I'm being able to start right now, it's just, I feel like I give all the credit to God just because He's blessed me, but at the same time, I've been putting a lot of work in for this moment. So,
after the Philadelphia game, someone asked you if you're still trying to prove yourself because of all the injuries, and you said, quite frankly, you're trying to prove yourself every time you get on the floor. Does that stem from the injuries from that firework incident back when you were 13?
It definitely does, just because, man, age of 13, almost knowing that you could have lost your life, could have lost my hand. It was a big eye-opener for me, just knowing that at any given time this game could be taken away from me. And so anytime I lace my shoes up, I go out there knowing that it might be my last time, it might not, but I'm going to give it my all every time.
You're 22. You're only 13 when it happened. That's a very young age to have an outlook changed. How did your outlook on life and the game change?
I feel like it changed very fast just because, honestly, I can say I wasn't living the life that a typical 13-year-old would be living, surrounding myself around the wrong people. And so it was just a real big eye-opener for me and just where I was going to take my next steps in life and who I was going to surround myself around. So, I give the credit to God and for Him opening my eyes, but at the same time, I feel like I needed that at the time to help me for where I am now.
Everybody would probably try to put themselves in a 13-year-old's position. Okay, you're in an ambulance, this just happened, and you overhear the paramedics say, they're probably going to have to amputate his left hand. What's going through your mind at that point?
I feel like the world just came down on me all at once, just knowing how one simple decision can change your life almost forever. So just hearing that in the back of that ambulance just really made me pray even harder at the time to just have God guide the way for me, and I feel like He's done a great job.
I think He's done too, because that night in the hospital, one of the top hand surgeons in the country just happened to be at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, and Dr. Weichert. Do you still keep in touch with him?
I did, maybe when I was in high school. We kind of crossed paths again as I had gotten older, and even as I had had injuries in my high school career. Every time I see him, I thank him all the time. It's just a blessing.
I would imagine the recovery process had to be painful, strenuous. How do you stay positive during something like that?
I feel like the positivity stemmed from knowing that I still have my fingers on my hand. And every day that I looked down and seen that my fingers were still there, it just made me push even harder because I knew my end goal was to get back on the court. And so just by me having my hand still intact, it just gave me the extra motivation I needed.
You became a top 20 college prospect out of high school. Do you still have any kind of pain or anything from the injury?
Every now and then when it gets cold, it gets cold a lot out here in New York, my fingers will go numb a little bit. So I just kind of keep myself wrapped up as much as I can anytime I'm in the cold weather.
Now, I also saw that you played baseball until 8th grade. If I were to guess, and I could be wrong, we didn't talk beforehand, I'm going to say shortstop or center fielder. Am I in the ballpark?
You hit it right on the head.
And how good were you? What was your favorite part about baseball?
I just liked how, it was just a different sport for me, knowing that my job was simple on the baseball. I just had one role, and that was to cover the gaps in shortstop or whether it was catching a fly ball in center field. But, it was just a different passion that I had. I grew up playing it all my life, and basketball just slowly took over as I had got older.